presentation and a networking dinner for ITMA Asia plus CITME Singapore 2025, which is going to take place in October, from October 28 to 31st, 2025. I'm pleased to announce that Mrs. Daphne Poon, Communication Director of ITMA Services Limited, is here to meet you and to present to you some information which will be required to participate in this very important exhibition in Singapore from October 28 to 31st, 2025. I would especially like to acknowledge the presence of distinguished guests like Mr. Zishan Nurani, Mr. Nusrat Chishti, and of course our Bureau Chief, Pakistan Textile Journals, Mr. S.M. Qutab, who is the past chairman of Textile Institute, Manchester. The industry professionals, दोस्त अहबाब, हमारे जो इंडस्ट्री से मुंसलिक जितने लोग हैं वो सब जो यहाँ पे, मैं उन सबको मैं खुशामदीद कहता हूँ. We are here in this evening to introduce the Asian edition of the world's leading textile and garment technology exhibition, ITMA Asia plus CITME Singapore 2025, which will take place from, as I mentioned, in October. This exhibition promises to showcase the latest advancements in automation, digitalization, and sustainable production, all of which are vital for maintaining Pakistan's global competitiveness in textiles. So with this, I would like to invite Mrs. Daphne Poon. Oh, I'm sorry. It says there's a welcome address from the president of CEMATEX, Mr. Alex Zuki, who is, CEMATEX is the owner of the brand ITMA, along with the Chinese partners, ITMA Asia. And Mr. Alex Zuki has given us a special welcome address to the industry of Pakistan and especially to the audience in this presentation. Mr. Alex Zuki, a welcome address. Please start. Start from here.
Okay, well, I'm also CEMATEX president since over 1 year. CEMATEX is the federation of the... Okay, well, I'm also CEMATEX president. Okay, well, I'm also CEMATEX president since over 1 year. CEMATEX is the federation of the European textile machinery manufacturers. So basically we cover all Europe, representing the largest organization in the world for textile machinery manufacturing. Actually, we are just back from Gothenburg last week, where we have our annual General Assembly, being really successful. And one of the topics that we have analyzed is the ITMA Asia Singapore. That is the next international exhibition in the pipe, happening at the end of October, I believe, from 28 up to 31 of October in Singapore. Why Singapore? Singapore is a perfect location that allows most of the Asian country to step in without any trouble. We consider that Singapore has something like 115 countries. They can enter Singapore without having a visa. Moreover, the recent experience also with China, where we have partnered with our local Chinese Federation, we have faced a lot of problems getting the visa, particularly from countries like Pakistan or like India, that in this case will be allowed to enter. The only limit we have is the space, because basically the space available is roughly half than what we have in China, but Despite that, in less than 1 month, we sold out all the exhibition. What does it mean? It means that our associates, they are really, really confident that this exhibition will be a perfect place where to, let's say, renew and refresh our technology in this area, allowing everybody to visit this exhibition. We already had a huge and strong feedback from most of the countries, from Philippines, from Indonesia, from China as well, from Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Pakistan, India. Imagine that the India exhibitors, as exhibitors, they represent the third country in terms of number of exhibitors and space booked. So this is absolutely an unbelievable, let's say, showroom for all the textile machinery manufacturer, including also the competitor of the European Association. This is very positive because we can also, let's say, see each other and get a confrontation to what is the latest technology. So I invite you everybody to visit Singapore in October with the hope in between now and October at least one of the wars that are going on affecting the worldwide economy will be sorted out and will be finished. This is the hope that all the exhibitors are at the moment asking to the global power.
That was Mr. Alex Zuki, who is a very good friend of Pakistan's textile industry. Personally, he belongs to Ferraro company in Italy. Now I would like to request Mrs. Daphne Poon to join and give a presentation on ITMA Asia Singapore. Thank you.
Good evening, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I am Daphne Poon. I'm from ITMA Services, the organizer of the exhibition. It's okay. Very often I've been asked, you are from Singapore. Why are you doing this show or organizing this show? Oh, okay. The reason is because the first ITMA Asia was held in Singapore in 2001 and subsequently in 2005. So this is a very special edition because after the 2005 exhibition, ITMA Asia went to combine with CITME in Shanghai. However, over time, we feel that maybe there's a need for a special edition, and that's why I'm back here. And for your information, this is my 6th visit to Lahore, and I'm very, very happy to see many familiar faces in Lahore. And thank you very much for your support in the past, and I hope that you will also support our upcoming exhibition. But first, before that, before I give you an update of our exhibition in Singapore, let me just give you a little bit background or set the stage for why our exhibition is important to you, leading members of the textile industry in Pakistan. As you know, the textile industry is facing a lot of challenges. Right now, I think I've been told that besides the reasons I've given here, which is basically supply chain disruption caused by COVID and ever since then.
Just a very short pause. Our chief guest is here.
Oh, okay.
So you can continue.
Yes.
In just a few minutes, I'm going to.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Nadeem. Okay, so basically, we have a lot of disruption caused by supply chain. There's also a shortage of labor, skilled labor. Let us welcome Mr. Kamran, from President of ITMA North. Welcome. You are just in the nick of time. I'm just starting my presentation.
Just one small correction. It's ITMA Pakistan, not ITMA North.
ITMA Pakistan North. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. So as I was speaking earlier, I mentioned about the challenges that are causing to the industry, and one of them is supply chain disruption, followed by shortage of skilled labor. This is also caused by the advancement of technology, which made it, only skilled labor are able to operate some of the more advanced technology. All right, and of course, there is also competition from other markets. You have competitors from other countries such as Vietnam, Bangladesh, and so on. And of course, sustainability is a big issue today. In addition, it doesn't help if you have outdated infrastructure. And of course, I think a lot of manufacturers today are concerned about the US tariffs, right? It is a big issue. So, what are some of the trends that are impacting the industry? And how can your industry transform into one that is efficient as well as sustainable? So currently, we are in the Industry 4.0 era, and then, of course, we are trending towards Industry 5.0, and there is also the green revolution that is gripping the industry. In addition, we have legislation and standards that are impacting the industry as well. I'll go into a little bit of information on this. Digitalization, as you know, Industry 4.0 is all about technology, all right? IoT, artificial intelligence, automation, robotics, but increasingly we are trending towards 5.0, whereby we are putting the human beings back into the picture. 4.0 is about technology, but 5.0 is about the human being as well. So we are talking about humanistic or human-centric technology. At the same time, sustainability and circularity are also impacting the industry. So these are trends that you have to be aware about. In addition, more importantly, we are looking at the legislations that are coming on stream. As you all know, the EU Textile Strategy 2030 will impact manufacturers who are exporting to Europe. And there are many issues now, including microfibers, PFAS, and so on. So many issues regarding sustainability and circularity. However, at the same time, it's like the other side of the coin. While there are challenges, there are also opportunities for the industry. So it is important, for example, for the industry to work together. There's now a lot more collaboration. If you visit our exhibition in Europe, for example, you will find that a lot of the participants, whether they are exhibitors or visitors or associations, they are all collaborating, and this is important in order for the ecosystem to develop further. In addition, I think we need to invest in technology as well as skills. At the same time, There are also a lot of opportunities in advanced textiles. So technical textiles is one area. And also, if you look at the sustainability, on the sustainability front, opportunities will be things like recycled fabrics, recycled yarns, and so on. So don't look at it only from the point of view that these are challenges, but look at the other side of it. There are also opportunities for you to explore. And how do you leverage these opportunities? One of the ways is through technology. So let me just give you a bit of background on the series. Basically, this exhibition, for those who are not familiar, is that it is owned by textile technology manufacturers. The ITMA brand belongs to CEMATEX, which is made up of 9 national associations. They are all textile technology manufacturers. Our partner, who owns the CITME brand, the China Textile Machinery Association, CCPIT, they are also manufacturers of technology. In addition, the exhibition is supported by the Japan Textile Machinery Association. So as you can see, this is an exhibition series that is owned by the industry players for the industry, and therefore it is a reputable platform. Just to give you an idea of the whole entire series, besides the exhibition that is happening in Singapore in October this year, next year we will continue with the China edition 2026 in Shanghai, followed by the European edition, ITMA, in 2027 in Hanover, Germany. The Singapore edition is basically a proven business platform, as we have shown in our past editions. It is a one-stop technology showcase to help you to modernize your operations and upscale your production. At the same time, we are spotlighting on cost-effective and sustainable technologies and solutions for the South and South Asian markets. It is organized by my company, ITMA Services, and supported by our Chinese partner. So come October this year, we will have the exhibition at the Singapore Expo from 28th to 31st October. All right, the exhibition is 70,000 square meters, and currently we already have 800 exhibitors. So these are the top exhibiting countries: China, Italy, Germany, and so on. So in total, we have 31 countries, exhibiting countries, but these are the top countries. At the same time, our exhibition features the entire manufacturing, textile and garment manufacturing chain, from spinning to weaving to non-wovens, knitting to garment making, as well as recycling, software, services, research and innovation. So it is the entire textile and garment making value chain. This is a view of the hall. Basically, our sectors are divided. The halls have featured different sectors. So for example, if you are a spinner, you will head straight away to the spinning halls. If you are interested in finishing, for example, you can head to the hall 7 and 8. And these are the top sectors. The first sector is finishing. I think this is something that is very interesting, and especially if you are concerned about sustainable technologies and so on, I think spinning is an important sector for you, followed by spinning, knitting, weaving, and the rest. So what is our unique value proposition? Basically, only direct technology manufacturers can take part in our exhibition. That means if you are an agent, we do not allow you to take part. This is important because you're buying directly from the owners, the IP owners of the technology, which means that you can negotiate directly with the principal, as well as if you need some customization or even financing, you can talk directly to the manufacturers. At the same time, what is very important is that you see the technology in action. For those who are not familiar with ITMA showcases, basically all our exhibitors have to exhibit their machines. So you can't just leave the machine there, you have to demonstrate, and every 15 minutes, each hour, there will be live machinery demonstrations. And because we divide the products into different sectors, it's easy for you to navigate. For example, if you're only interested in weaving machines, you can head directly to the weaving halls. And of course, more importantly, there is end-to-end sourcing for you, meaning currently you are a spinner, but you may be interested to expand into weaving or even knitting. So you can actually find all the solutions there to help you maybe to think about expanding your business and so on. Or if you're interested in digital printing, you can also head to the finishing halls. And of course, one USP of this Singapore edition is that it is basically a solutions showcase that is targeted for our textile industry in South and Southeast Asia. So the solutions that we offer are cost-effective for you to modernize your operations. Besides the exhibition, one of the highlights of our exhibition is ITMA Sustainability Forum. Although it's not for everyone, but some of you might be interested, because with the oncoming EU Textile Strategy 2030, if you are exporting to Europe, then you have to understand the legislations and what are the things you can do and cannot do. And our keynote speaker is from the European Commission. We have two different tracks. One track is on navigating the EU strategy. All right, things for you to understand that is important for you if you want to continue to export to Europe. The second part is for on impact financing for people who are looking at ways how they can get financing for especially to invest in sustainable technologies. This leaves me to just let you know a little bit about our show and how you can plan your visits. First of all, our exhibition is gated. This is to ensure that the quality of our visitors, as well as to ensure that you buy a badge and that you are a so-called a legit trade visitor. For this, I think especially if you're not familiar with our show, I would like to advise you to buy your badge from our badge agent in Pakistan, that is Pakistan Textile Journal. They will be able to help you to navigate. So it's easier for you to register with them. In addition, a lot of you are very concerned about your visa. Okay. What happens is that we have already communicated with our foreign ministry and are also working directly with the overseas missions for you so that we can help you to get your visa. First, buy the badge and then we will provide you with a letter of invitation. This invitation has been vetted by our foreign ministry, which means that you are a legit visitor to our exhibition. So what you can do is to put in your application maybe 1 week or 2 weeks or earlier if you do not need your passport. Submit it to the consulate, and then within the 30 days before you're coming to Singapore, that means from the 28th September onwards, the ministry will process your visa. When you submit your application, make sure you have a booking, an air ticket booking, as well as a hotel booking. So it shows your in and out date. And this will enable you to get a visa more easily. All right, and then tomorrow when we're back in Karachi, Nadim and myself will be visiting the honorary consulate just to make sure that they understand that the end September period will be a busy one for them, because we hope that more of you will be coming and that we are able to facilitate your visa application. If you have any concerns at all, please approach me, or the best is, I believe the best solution for you is to buy your badge with Pakistan Textile Journal, so that they can also facilitate, and they can also check and ensure that, okay, your documentation is okay, and so on. The other thing is, because we have a lot of visitors, you can plan your visit by looking at the exhibitor list first. You can shortlist who are the people that you like to visit. We also have the floor plans that is uploaded on our website as well as on our mobile app. This will ensure that it's easier for you. So you shortlist the people that you like, exhibitors that you like to visit, and then you can plan your visit more efficiently. In addition, if you need any assistance and support for your accommodation, we have an official travel agent. The contacts can be found on our website. They also have a list of hotels. Of course, you do not have to book with them, but if you do need help, and especially if you're planning a group visit for associations, or if you have a delegation, maybe you can approach us or our travel agent, and they can work out a package for you that even includes, transport to the exhibition venue. And we have an official airline, Singapore Airlines, if you are interested. After you have bought your badge, we will send you a code, a promotion code. With that, I will share with you a video to give you an idea of the exhibition that you can expect to see.
Explore, experience, and source at the leading textile technology exhibition, driving regional growth. ITMA Asia and CITME Singapore 2025 serves as the trusted platform for textile manufacturers seeking to remain competitive in an ever-evolving industry. Explore cutting-edge solutions across the entire textile value chain, designed to modernize and optimize your production process. Experience live machinery demonstrations from leading technology owners, and source cost-effective and sustainable technologies and solutions. Singapore, the ideal destination for business and leisure, supported by extensive air connectivity and visa-friendly policies. Immerse in the Lion City's unique cultural heritage, vibrant food scene, and exciting attractions. Grow your business with cutting-edge textile technologies at the region's leading exhibition. Plan your visit to ITMA Asia and CITME Singapore 2025 early.
Thank you very much.
Directly to Mr.
Yeah.
I would like to invite Mr. Kamran, not Chairman APTMA North, Chairman APTMA, All Pakistan Textile Mills Association, to come and address our esteemed audience and to bring them some good tidings and news. Thank you, sir. Please.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalam and good evening. It is an honor to address this distinguished gathering at a time when Pakistan's economy and textile industry stands at a crossroads. I thank you all for being here to engage in this important dialogue. As many of you know, the textile industry of this country is not only the backbone of our manufacturing and exports, but also plays a pivotal role for employment, regional development, and value addition across the country. The sector contributes 8.5% to GDP, accounts for 60% of national exports, and employs 40% of the manufacturing workforce, 15 million directly and 25 million all across the cotton belt of Pakistan. It offers a complete value-added domestic chain from cotton farming, ginning, spinning, weaving, processing, garmenting, made-ups, and retailing. As chairman of APTMA, All Pakistan Textile Mills Association, I must emphasize the economic stability. That economic stability is not merely an economic objective, it is a national imperative. In today's world, economic strength increasingly defines international influence. Countries like the United States are now adopting aggressive trade policies, including the imposition of reciprocal tariffs to protect domestic industries and jobs. Pakistan has recognized this global shift and prioritizes economic stability, industrial growth, and export competitiveness as central pillars of our national strategy. These are the drivers of job creation, foreign exchange generation, and inclusive economic growth across the country. In this context, our trade relationship with the United States demands particular attention. Just to give you figures, in 2024, the United States ran a trade deficit with China of approximately $296 billion, with Vietnam of $123 billion, with the European Union of approximately $235 billion combined, with India $48 billion, with Indonesia $18 billion, and with Bangladesh $6 billion. In stark contrast, the US trade deficit with Pakistan was just $3 billion, a mere 0.25% of America's total trade gap. So we are probably, of all the ASEAN countries, in the most well-positioned place to take advantage of this, and we certainly hope to get a favorable tariff from the United States as far as our exports to the United States are concerned. The breakup of this $3 billion tariff is such that we export $5 billion worth of goods to the US, 5.1 to be precise, out of which the lion's share at $3.9 billion is commanded by the textile group, textile products, and we import $2.1 billion worth of imports from the United States, out of which 39% is again textile category from the US, and out of that approximately $800 million worth of US cotton came to Pakistan last year, making it the second largest import market for US cotton in the world after China. And this year our import figures for US cotton might just surpass what China has imported in terms of US cotton, American cotton from the US. Furthermore, in the US textile and apparel import market, which reached $130 billion last year in 2024, Pakistan's share was just $3.93 billion, or 3.5%. In contrast, China contributed 23%, Vietnam 14.1%, India 9%, and Bangladesh 6.4%. These numbers clearly show that Pakistan is not a threat to the US textile industry. In fact, we are a reliable, underutilized partner. If tariffs are imposed on dominant suppliers like China and Vietnam, Pakistan is uniquely positioned to fill the resulting vacuum thanks to our integrated textile value chain, globally competitive labor costs, and other factors. Yes, we might have our handicaps like higher energy prices and a higher taxation structure, but I feel that we have been through a tough period over the last 2 or 3 years. There was a global economic downturn as well. So now is the time when, with the favorable US tariff and some favorable policy shifts on the domestic front, our textile industry can rise again, and I feel APTMA's collaboration with ITMA Asia and CITME comes at a very critical juncture. To strengthen Pakistan's export sector and seize emerging opportunities, we must ensure regionally competitive energy tariffs, 9 cents per kilowatt hour for electricity and $9 per MMBTU for gas. These rates are vital for our exporters to compete in international markets. Additionally, targeted incentives such as duty drawback of local taxes and levies, export rebate schemes, and tax relief for high-value textile and apparel exports must be restored and enhanced. APTMA further urges the adoption of a graduated sales tax regime modeled after India and Bangladesh, with lower rates on raw materials and inputs and higher rates on finished goods. This will encourage compliance, reduce evasion, and incentivize value addition within Pakistan. Alongside these domestic reforms, we must prepare for emerging global compliance regimes, including the European Union Digital Product Passport, the Green Deal, and the Corporate Sustainability Due Diligence Directive. APTMA has already taken proactive measures, establishing a cotton DNA testing laboratory at the National Textile University in Faisalabad and implementing a national textile traceability system to position Pakistan as a transparent and responsible sourcing destination. Additionally, the sharp decline in domestic cotton production from 14 million bales to just 5.5 million bales is a very worrying factor and has heightened our reliance on imported cotton, further pressuring the current account deficit. However, reviving cotton output is not just an agricultural priority, but an industrial necessity. And on that front, I feel APTMA partnered up with the Federation of Pakistan Chambers of Commerce and Industries and helped lift a 50-year-old ban on import of hybrid or genetic cotton seed. So that ban has been lifted, as we could not really accomplish much on the development of cotton seed. And at the same time, APTMA has partnered with Pakistan Cotton Ginners Association for the revival of cotton, and we are working closely with local farming associations to support and boost cotton output in Pakistan. I'll not take much time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the time for piecemeal fixes or short-term solutions. Pakistan's textile industry needs a comprehensive, long-term, value chain-based policy framework. Interest rates must be brought down to no more than 6% to support balancing modernization and replacement of outdated old machinery and to create an environment for sustainable expansion. ITMA remains fully committed to working with the government, global players and all stakeholders to transform Pakistan into a world-class textile hub and is well positioned to benefit from global supply chain realignments and sustainable trade frameworks. We also look forward to working closely with ITMA and CITME, and we look forward to this exhibition in Singapore between 28 to 31st October 2025. And I believe the environment would have changed so much that Pakistani textile entrepreneurs might just be going to that exhibition in a more favorable spot as compared to Indian, Bengali, Chinese or Vietnamese textile entrepreneurs. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. And I appreciate this event and the support that the Textile Journal and Mr. Nadeem Mazhar has extended towards it. So we fully appreciate that. The global textile pie, I'd like to leave this one last figure with you. The global textile pie is an $850 to $900 billion cake, out of which Pakistan merely has a 1.8% share that came in at $17.8 billion this year. Our textile exports reached a high of 19.3 billion back on 30th June 2022. Then they fell for 2 years down to 16.5 and 16.67 before reviving this year to 17.8 billion. Our collective exports increased from 30 billion last year to 32 billion this year, and out of that the lion's share of $1.2 billion came from the textile sector. The other sectors underperformed. So if we just get that 1% additional, I guess this 1% additional or this 1% payment plan these days is very famous across the real estate industry, but that 1% additional share, if Pakistan gets of the global textile pie, whether it comes from India, whether it comes from Bangladesh, whether it comes from China, whether it comes from Vietnam, that can change the fortune of this country, and it can enhance our textile exports from the present 17.8 to 30 to 34 billion dollars. So let us not miss this window of opportunity, and I'd like to thank you and leave you on this note. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kamran Saab. And this is such an encouraging news and outlook for our industry. We are highly underutilized. Everybody in the world at the moment is worried about the tariffs and the situation of tomorrow. I think we stand, as you rightly pointed out, in a very good place, and inshallah we'll come out of this very well indeed. With this, I would like to open the forum for some questions for Daphne, and you might all have, about the ITMA Asia and participation. We'll be happy to answer them. Okay. I'll be happy to answer any questions later on. All your contacts are with us and ours with you. You're welcome to approach us for any clarification, registrations, and facilitation that we'll be happy to provide all of you. With this, I would like to conclude this event with thanks to our distinguished guests who are here, especially Mr. Kamran Arshad, who's our chief guest and who brought some very positive news for us, and which is encouraging. Daphne Poon for coming all the way from Singapore and to meet the textile industry and to address their concerns about participation in ITMA Asia and Singapore. Mr. SM Kutab, our bureau chief, without his support and over the years Pakistan Textile Journal would not have been where it is today. He's based in Lahore, and it's an institution and a great asset to us. Mr. Zishan Nurani is here, and so many of our friends are here, whom I would like to acknowledge individually, but unfortunately I'm not able to. Members of Textile Institute Manchester who have worked with us, and now I would like to declare this evening closed, and the next stage would be to a ceremony for some shield distribution, and I would. Yes, you have a question? Yeah, इनको वो दे mic दे. I'm sorry. I'd asked for some that. We're happy to answer that.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Abdullah Qadri from Sitara Labels Private Limited. I just wanted to ask about the Singapore exhibition that we just saw that we are having an exhibition next year in China, which is ITMA Singapore, and then in Germany in 2027. So essentially I wanted to ask that what's the main purpose of organizing the exhibition in 2025 in Singapore, because we are having another exhibition next year, and then in subsequent year again we are having an exhibition. So obviously I've been participating in ITMA in Barcelona, and it was in China. The first time I attended ITMA was in 2015. So I wanted to just the concept of arranging an exhibition in Singapore, like since we are having another one next year, and then that's it. Thank you.
Would you like to answer? Daphne, would you like to answer this?
Thank you for your question. As I mentioned earlier, basically we have a whole entire series, but each exhibition is actually meant for a different target audience. Basically, our exhibition in Shanghai is predominantly visited by Chinese visitors, meaning it is more for the domestic market. So from the statistics that we have, it shows that we have very few visitors from other parts of Asia. So it is more of a local show. Because of that, and then for the Europe show, it's actually an innovation show pad or launch pad. So our exhibitors always bring the very, very expensive new technology to the European show. And a lot of visitors from Asia have difficulty visiting that. And as there are more demands for sustainable technologies, and basically the Asian textile industry needs to modernize because of outdated infrastructure, we have decided to organize a special exhibition in Singapore more to cater to the industry in ASEAN, that means Southeast Asia, as well as South Asia. And Singapore has been specially selected because Singapore is a lot more visa friendly, and as mentioned by Alex Zuki, the CEMATEX president, more than 150 countries do not need to have a visa to enter Singapore. And we also realized that a lot of South Asian visitors have difficulty getting visas going to Europe as well as to China. So Singapore is in a good position. So we are hoping that with this Singapore exhibition, more of the industry members from South Asia would be able to visit the Singapore exhibition. And this is critical because of all the sustainability concerns that is happening right now. And the truth is that you need the latest technologies, the more sustainable technologies, technologies that utilize lesser resources, for example, energy, water, and so on. So this is a good platform for you to visit and to source. I didn't mention earlier, but I know that a lot of people, especially businesses today, you are facing a lot of challenges, right? And so you'll be thinking now, maybe I'm not ready to invest. I think that's fine. Not everybody wants to invest or visit an exhibition just to buy machinery. But more importantly, it is a gathering of the industry, and it's also for you to look at trends and also to know exactly how you can plan your business, what are the new opportunities that are available. And even if you are not buying the machinery, you need to know, okay, your competitors in, for example, in India, Bangladesh, Vietnam, and other places, what kind of technologies are they utilizing? But I think more importantly is that because of sustainability concerns and all the regulations and legislations, you really need to understand what are some of the technologies that are critical for you to remain relevant in the business. All right, even things like chemicals, colorants, and so on, they impact sustainability. So you need to know, even if you are not ready to invest in the technology. Does that answer your question? So it is really a show that is for South Asia, for you, for our friends in Pakistan. And I hope you will take this opportunity because we will be working very hard to ensure that you can get your visa. All right, so please book your accommodation and please book your air ticket, and then together with our our invitation letter that will support your visa application, we hope that many of you will be able to join us in Singapore. Thank you.
Thank you, Daphne. Now, to conclude our evening, I would like to request Daphne and Mr. Kamran to come up front. And Qutb Sahab, please join. Shield. Yeah. Now, I would like, as you know, Mr. S.M. Kutab is a very accomplished calligrapher as well. So, Okay, I would like to invite everybody. The dinner is open. Please.
टेक्स्ट कर दिए काइंडली पेस्टेज सेंड कर दे ताकि
अभी आपको मिल जाएगी। जैसे सर से इनकी स्पीच ले लूँ, उसमें वो ऐड कर देता हूँ
क्या
जो आज इन्होंने अभी बात की है।
वो बस कर दें फिर
अभी 10 मिनट विद इन 10 मिनट्स हो जाए।
मैंने आपको मैसेज कर दिया अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर प्लीज प्रेस व्हाट्सएप पे
मैं करता हूँ।
काइंडली